Now, working directly on top of your black layer, I'm just use number 2 as a glue coat as well to stick on the glitters. So this is a chunky glitters that I'm using. I use the brush from the number 2 to apply the glitter randomly in different spots, and then dip that same fingers into the clear powder just to seal off the solution. With this way, you just have to make sure you clean your brush very carefully before you put it back into your bottle. If not, you might have floating pieces of glitters randomly in your solutions, and that might contaminate another color that you do later on. So once again, I've applied these glitters in different places, keeping in mind we still want the black to shine through, so not too much of the glitter, just enough to give that bit of reflection. I'm a stamping lover because I think is cut down the time consumptions when you do design on your nails. You can be quite creative with it as well. However, not until recently, when I have to do stamps on as a nail design, I have to rely on my gel base and gel top to seal in the stamping layer. I don't usually like to mix my top unless I have to, because when you use a gel coat on top of a dipping coat, and if you don't do it correctly, your gel layer can peel off after a few days, which doesn't give a long-lasting effect on the hands that you wanted. So until recently, I've finally figured out a way to actually keep my stamping pattern in my dipping top, which I'm going to cover later on. But first of all, once we've done with our dipping layer, we buff it. We then start to apply our stamping layer directly onto the dip layer. I'm doing a Christmas tree first. So underneath that Christmas tree, I've already painted a soft glitter layer just to give the trees a bit of a sparkle. Then we put on the trees in white because that's what Doreen's asked for. She's wanted white print on black background. I'm working with a medium-sized clear jelly stamper. And just pick up different images. It's a bit nice and simple, this one, because I've only worked out of only a couple of plates. Sometimes I can go crazy and pick out a lot of plates. Okay, we've got decisions to make on where we want that particular image to lay. So initially we want to put it on one hand, but Doreen decides she wants it on the other hand. So that's my second stamping plate, and this is the only two plates that we're going to pick all our images from. I will give the details of the plate in the description. So Doreen will point to me which one she prefers, and then we'll just go in and do them one by one. So plastic scraper, and then pick up with the stamped. I'm using both Born Pretty scraper and stamper. I have tried several different brands of stamper and scraper, and I think this Born Pretty is working the best for me at the moment. So once you finish a print, if your next print is not very clear, just use a bit of acetone swipe and clear it out. But when you use acetone cleaning your plate, make sure you give your plate a few seconds to breathe before applying the polish on straight away. So this is a full nail stamped. So the clear stamper have that more flexibility, I feel, to apply a stamp on the whole nails. if any of you done stamping before, you'll find that the trickiest part is what top coat to go on top of the stamp without smudging it. Definitely I used to have a lot of issue with the dipping top, so therefore usually I just, after the stamp layer, I'll do one layer of the base, gel base, then a gel top to seal it off. When I work on dip, if I use gel polishes, I find that I need to have a base underneath. If I don't have the base, as I say, the gel layer can peel off in a whole layer very easy and very quickly. So until now, that's what I've been doing. Stamp, a base gel, and then a top gel. But recently I discovered a better method. So I've actually started using a non-smudge stamping top. Then I put activator over my nails, and then I find I can use my dip top to go over the whole nails, over the actual stamp without smudging it in the end. So I will show you that after we finish all of our 10 nails. So I used the Nicole Diary non-smudge top. It's a normal top polish, so you just air dry it normally after you put a coat over your stamp. But before I do that, I went ahead and added a little bit of sparkle to the print. This step is something I do just randomly, small bits at a time. Nothing too heavy, because as I say, we have a full black background underneath. I just thought adding a little bit more sparkling shade just breaks down that intense black. Sorry, I've gone out a little bit of focus here, so it's a little bit blurry. You can't see very well the silver sparkle that I'm adding, but in real life it's give a little bit more reflections to the print. So as mentioned before, once you finish with your stamping design and you're happy with it, then you use a normal stamping non-smudge top to seal over your stamps. And this will be air dry, so it's important that you have to make sure you let it dry, the top dry completely. We'll work on our second hands now. Once again, it's still the non-smudge normal top. This is such a lifesaver, I think, comparing to do the gel base and then the top gel on top later. After that, non-smudge top coat is fully dry. You can add another layer of the activator or the sealer before you do your dipping top. You just gotta remember with dip top, it always needs to go on an activator coat or a sealer coat, because otherwise your dip top will not dry. So now we're going to put our dip top on, and you can see when you put your dip top on, it doesn't smudge your design, and as well as when you put your activator on, it doesn't smudge your design. Whereas before, if you don't let your stamp completely dry out, or if your stamp happen to be a little bit thicker in polish, doesn't matter how long you let it wait, when your activator comes on, I find it can still easily smudge the image. And that's why I have to use the base gel before, because the gel base don't tend to smudge it as much. But I've recently found this is the best method for me to protect my stamp on my dip. So stamp, then use your normal non-smudge top to seal the stamp design. Let it air dry completely, then add your activator, your sealer, and then you add your dipping top in the very end, and then give it a good 6 or 7 minutes, and the nails will dry naturally. And there we are, all done. So for the client at the studio, in the end, we all use a cuticle oil around the cuticle line, just to give that cuticle line a bit of moisturizer back, because when we use the acetone to remove the old set, that can tend to dry out your cuticle line a little bit. And then just rub it into your finger, and that's it. Christmas nails in black for Doreen. Thank you for watching. If you enjoy it, like, share and subscribe to my channel, please. That's give me support to move on to my next video. Until then, I'll see you later. Bye. Merry Christmas and have a Happy New Year.